Hello, and welcome to what will be a pretty short video. Um, as you can see here, I've got some snails, um, and these are actually from the Lego Belville line, um, which it did continue after Galador, but I think that Belville and Scala also share a good portion of the blame for um, the near bankruptcy that Lego went into in this era. Um, However, while I do understand that most of the blame should probably go at Galador's feet, uh, Belville was also a little bit to blame. Same with Scala because of the specialized molds, like these pieces here. Now, these snails I got recently for another project that I am really hoping I can get done by the end of the month. But yeah. So these snails, when I saw them on Bricklink, because my only other experience with a Belville animal was the Belville dog here, which you've seen from the Lego Rust video. Um, but it's quite big, frankly. Like, we'll put a regular figure next to it. And you can see that the snails, while they are still quite large compared to a regular figure, they're about the size of a figure, a little bit larger with the antenna. Um, but they were a bit smaller than I thought they would be when I ordered them, but that's fine. Um, they're actually kind of rare, at least if you want to get them in this quantity, because I have 5 right now. One did come from the US, but the other 4 I had to go and order from France to get. So, some authentic escargot. Uh, but yeah, they're really unique. And so for another size comparison, um, we've got Belville Witch, which I'm gonna take off her hat to kind of give you a more realistic view of what a regular sized Belville character um, sort of stands at. And so you can see that even compared to the regular Belville figure, the dog was quite large. Though the dog, I think it wasn't intended to be like an actual dog. I think it was intended to be a piece of furniture, which seems really weird to me because it had this little drawer here. Um, so yeah, it's a really weird mold and such. But we'll go ahead and we'll move the witch back, and we'll put a random figure back there. And so, as you can see, originally this snail came in 2 molds, or well, 2 colors. One in pink with a dark pink shell, and then one in dark pink with a pink shell. And I wanted to get multiple because I really wanted to see how satisfying it would look to create an all pink one and an all dark pink one. And I think they look pretty good. But it's a really weird mold where you can see on the bottom they've got a 2x3 anti-stud portion there, and then you can go ahead and pop off the shell like so, and the shell has a pattern design on the top. The dark pink has white spots and then the pink has a not dark pink, magenta, I think, a magenta stripe. But there is one stud connection there, and it does actually have room for a bar hole to be put through. But then if we go ahead and look on the inside of the snail, you can see a couple of studs there. So it's really kind of odd. I mean, I guess if you wanted, you could put your figure inside of the snail. It's such a weird, unique mold, but this is the kind of the era of Lego animals that I really like. Where I don't know, I think they can look good when done right, but me personally, I'm not a huge fan of brick built animals. I really like my special molds and stuff. I know obviously that's more costly for the Lego company, but I just think that there's a certain quality, uniqueness that comes along with that. Now you can also see on the snail here, we'll go ahead and we'll put the shell back on, and so we'll just show you how that works. You just put it down and then press it in, and it's pretty secure actually for not having any stud connection. It's got quite a bit of clutch power to it. Now you may have noticed earlier when looking at the bottom, there are two pull connections there on the underside of those two studs. And what's really interesting is that even though the snail, it only came as one per set, and it was they were in two different sets. But what's really interesting is that because of the perfect shape and length apart of the antenna pieces, and because of those pole connections on the anti-studs, you can actually stack your snails, which I find to be such a weird feature, but also a really neat one. It's so bizarre. Like, I don't know if that was the intention. As far as I can tell, like from the sets, the only real purpose these serve outside of being a cute, lovable snail, was that the back compartment would be used to house like your bracelet accessories, or the other things that came in your Belville set you could throw in the back of the snail. But I don't know, I kind of I really question what the bar connections would be for if not for this. I don't know, I just gives me a lot of joy thinking that whoever designed the piece had designed it with the intention of stacking as many snails as they could. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. This is a shorter one. I'm trying to keep up regular content on this channel while also, again, I'm working on that main channel project that hopefully I'll be able to get out by the time that Brick Slopes comes around. And also Brick Slopes is quickly approaching, and so I'm trying to do some prep work for that and make sure that I can transport my mocks appropriately and display them well. Yeah, for now, I think that's gonna be pretty much it. I really appreciate if you're watching. So, bye bye.